Hello, this is Simracing Corner. I made a promise to some viewers a few days ago that I would share my ACC VR settings. After publishing a recent racing video which looked pretty good, it drew some attention regarding what wizardry I had employed to enable such visually impressive gameplay footage and remain playable. ACC is notoriously system hungry as a sim racing title, and in VR it's doubly so, and it's fair to say the VR performance of ACC is widely slated for this reason. It's difficult to run well in VR even with high-end graphics cards. So how have I managed this? And this is what you've been waiting for, the big reveal. And that is my secret. I'm running ACC at 45 FPS and using reprojection to double the frame rate to 90 FPS. In the Steam VR settings, I've set motion smoothing to be always on for this game, and this is the crucial step. By effectively capping the frame rate, the GPU isn't working to its limits, enabling me to invest those freed up resources into higher quality graphics settings. Of course, we are relying on reprojection to fill in half the frames we see and hoping it provides the illusion of a playable higher frame rate without visual artifacts. And is it effective? Well, it works surprisingly well, would you believe? Admittedly, it's not a perfect solution, but I'm finding this very playable and a far better option than trying to run ACC natively at 90 FPS and then reducing the visual settings to maintain that frame rate. And as you might expect, I have actually tried that, but even at the lowest in-game settings, I can't keep a steady 90 FPS. And that's the problem. You get a lot of stutter still because the frame rate is jumping around from 40 to 90. At any given moment, it will just keep changing. And that's when you have problems because it's not a consistent frame rate. And reprojection has a bit of trouble when frames drop that much. And ACC at the lowest in-game visual settings does look pretty dreadful. It's not really an option. Doing it my way is much better, and I definitely recommend you give this a shot. Nighttime and wet weather races are more graphically intensive, particularly at the beginning of the race when all the cars are packed together. We have more objects to render, but here it's like dog poo on the bottom of your shoe. It's glued to 45 FPS. This is really important, as if it does manage to drop below 45, there will be some stutter and some noticeable reprojection artifacts. And that's why I've been using FPS VR to keep an eye on the frame rates. It's not just for show, it's been a valuable aid during my testing. And these are the graphic settings I'm using in the game. I'll just leave these on screen for a while so you can take note. Interestingly, nighttime and wet races hide reprojection artifacts because of the darker colours that blend together, masking any flaws. So things look pretty awesome in these more challenging and atmospheric race conditions. During dry and light conditions is where you get a sense that this is not a true clean 90 FPS frame rate. When a car in front pans across your bonnet, there's some ghosting. The rear spoiler of the car may show a slight ghost trail, but that's about as bad as it really gets. No doubt it would be preferable to have a proper 90 FPS performance, but until they invent nuclear-powered graphics cards to chew through ACC, I'm satisfied this is the best way to run the game in VR for me. If you're using a very different hardware configuration to mine, your experience trying this method may end up being very different. Hence the carefully chosen title for this video. I haven't labelled this as some kind of magic ACC tuning guide. So certainly this is subjective to my experience with a specific gaming PC setup, but hopefully whatever your PC setup may be, you can take something useful from here and have a playable and enjoyable time in VR with this title. If you try this and have success, or even if you don't, please drop a comment below the video. Positive or negative feedback on your experience is useful information to share between fellow sim racers, and the reason I spend hours producing these videos to support the sim racing community. So we're done with this one, and to the usual final words. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to support my channel. I will be back soon with something new and exciting, hopefully. Happy simming, and bye bye until next time.